On 2023, April, the president comes to Ongata Rongai. I didn't invite him. He came to commission some houses by the King's Serenity.
Yes.
So-called private affordable housing. When commissioning, I mentioned to him that you've brought in about 5,000 people in the houses. That means Ongata Rongai needs sewage.
Yeah.
He wakes up very excited, says what you said is actually very true. In the next 6 months, we'll be commissioning the Ongata Rongai water and sewerage treatment plant.
And people clapped.
And they were very excited. Actually, the owners of those houses,
Yeah.
that was like a miracle. Because you see, without sewer, what it means is that they have to get exhausters every other time. That would be very hectic,
Exactly.
especially living in an apartment where you're so many.
Yeah.
And of course, the usage of water and everything. Then he goes out now to the town to do a rally. Says the same thing. In 4 months, Ongata Rongai will have permanent water and the sewerage treatment plant will be on construction. Now, that was 2023. Now, this is 3 years later.
Yeah.
He says all those roads, because it is one government, I know about those roads. In the next 1 year, we shall complete all those roads. Up to date, 65 kilometers. I think we have increased only 5. If they do some 3 kilometers, that is around Masai Lodge to a place called Kandisi, then it will become about 7 kilometers in the last 3 years again. So one of the problems we have with the president is commitments that never get light. And what perturbs me is, for instance, the finance bill that they purport will raise money for the country. They approve the finance bill, which raises revenue for government,
Of course.
but they do not achieve what it's
They
supposed to
promise.
do. By the
Promise
way,
is supposed to
a
do,
finance bill generally, it's the means and ways to raise money.
Precisely.
But once you raise, on the other side, where is the output? Because you raise money for certain things. For salaries, they do. For recurrent expenditure, traveling, everything, the president using high-end choppers, that one they do.
Refurbishing all state lodges.
Yes, doing them very well. And can I tell you something? For your information,
Yes.
the president, some of the state lodges, Kitale, Kibwezi, the president will never sleep more than 1 week.
Even
We even
Even a
refurbish.
weekend.
2 days is pushing it.
Let's
to be
give him,
honest.
in a whole year, he will never spend more than one. Like now, the Kitale one. There is
That was
one in
nothing,
Eldoret
say.
functioning very well. Why refurbish the other one?
There's no
You know?
need. And there's a new one that they're
And even if you
proposing.
are to look it at the lower level, what is the need of having a state lodge almost in every county?
Si
Because
kuna
you
ile
see,
aibu.
in other countries,
Yeah.
what they will do, the county commissioner, who is the equivalent of his representative in a region, that is the place where they will do a turnover. Let's say a 1 week, they change beds, and the president will spend
Of course.
there if he needs to operate from there. And you see, that way you save on money. But when you call it a state lodge, it comes with other expenses.
Of course,
Security.
staff.
Security, staff, people who take, and you see, you're absent. Like the Kibwezi one was used by Kenyatta only. Even Moi,
And it's still
who was
functional.
known to be a very low, he would come and stay in Kajiado. He never did some of those things. Now, why I have a problem with the president is because this was not the platform under which we campaigned. The president will say we must end these excesses in government. And he would convince us. I'm telling you, go to some of those meetings, you would believe that probably what he's saying is actually true. He would tell you, when you get into government, this issue of wasting money, I don't want. Traveling, I don't believe in it. The person who travels the most is himself. In the last 2 weeks, the president has gone to like 6 countries. Ask him what has he brought of value from there to here. Because, for, number one, when you travel to a country, they would bring a report to Bunge. It is a requirement.
Have you received any report
Zero.
whatsoever from the day he started?
Zero. What
I mean,
bilateral agreement?
he
All
did an
bilateral
entire tour.
agreements are subject to parliament. You should bring them and say, this country, we have agreed that in Finland, they will give us this, they will reciprocate with this, we will give them this, and then you table in parliament so that it is ratified. We have not ratified any agreement between any country, which by law is the only thing that he should bring to us in case they agreed. If there's a protocol they have agreed on, they should bring it here. None of them has come in. So on the issue of promises, I want to tell you that even if you like the president, you must agree with us on one
At
thing.
least.
He lies a lot. He lies
Say
a lot.
that again.
I'm saying it. Because even if you like the president.
But what if, and let me play the devil's advocate, okay? Wacha tu niseme mimi ni the devil's advocate. So he promises a road, right? So once he's promised the road that yenye umesema kama ya kwenu, sasa yeye ashasema wenye kufanya ndo wanafa kufanya. Shida ni wale wa akina Kera Kura, why are they not
No, the guy micromanages everything. I disagree. We have CSS who don't know, who are not hands-on, not because they don't know their work. Somebody like Mutahi Kagwe, for instance, he was a CS during Uhuru's time. He's now a CS during
very functional at that point.
Yes,
very functional.
But when he was doing issues COVID that time, you could tell this is a CS. He could make a decision. Right now, Mutahi Kagwe, even on fertilizer, he has to call the president to ask him at what price are we saying. He doesn't know. He has to call. The president sometimes announces things in CSA. Some of them are our friends before even politics. They tell you, Buana, you know us, even in cabinet, the guy talks 80%, we do 20. This 20, we are the ones asking him, now how are we going to achieve this? CSs, they even swear, I shall give the president the right advice.
Yes.
One of the things they swear to is to advise the president and give him good counsel. In Kenya, it is the president who advises
the CSs.
Even his advisors, economic, he's the one who advises economic advisors what is supposed to happen. And I'm telling you, because I've also sat down with the president and I can see his argument. Apart from us politicians, because you see, like now, me when a road is bad, he can't tell me that I'll go sort you out next year. No, I tell him, no, Your Excellency. On this one, you promised. And you see, one of the things he doesn't like is people who are confrontational, especially on issues that he has committed. He would not
people
appreciate
like
it. He will not like it. You will have a problem if you keep telling him that you've not done this, you've done this. But if you become a sycophant, for instance, like Imani Chongwa, he will really enjoy. Somebody who will clap all the time. You know, the president is doing things well. I was very excited when we were debating the finance bill. There's a clause called Clause 47.
Yes.
Which, need for information, we brought it down. Clause 47. It is the only clause in that bill
That
we all voted in unison, no against 13 people who were Kimani Chungwa and 13 others. This clause 47 had one issue that
did not sit well.
Yes, which is very interesting. Even and I know, credit to Junet Mohammed on this one, he said no. That says if you're a businessman, and KRA, for instance, said, Nick,
I owe 10 million.
You owe 10 million. You are supposed to deposit the 10 million as you appeal.
No questions asked.
So I'm KRA. I've told you owe 10 million. You have to deposit 10 million and then appeal in the tax tribunal first, then to the High Court, all the way. So your 10 million is with government at that point.
And then there's a story about then it can be held for future taxes.
Exactly. And if you win, they can still remain with the 10 million and then you use it as credit. You know? That is this is not French. You know, in French they say you are guilty until proved innocent.
Yeah.
In Kenya, you are innocent until proven guilty. Why should I give out my money?
10 million.
Now that clause, it's clause 47. Now of course now we removed it. That one is the only, we defeated all of us. They tried division and later they refused the division after we won. Now on that clause, bad as it was, there are people in the government who wanted to, and they are business people, some of them.
And very good.
They own companies. Okay. They own companies. They were in just because it was proposed by the executive, they are sycophants of the president, they wanted it to be as such. A lot of members, even who are in the government, said no to that clause. When you look at the impact, a lot of business people in Kenya, I'm telling you, when you go to the tax tribunal, the cases that are there are in thousands, because KRA does not know how much money you made. They make an assumption that probably in the last financial year you made this money. So they want to confirm. You know, they are trying, they are also trying to make more out of what they don't know. So they'll tell you, Nick, the way we look at you, by the way, you must have made, no, it is 13, not 10. So they are trying, and all KRA officers, you look at them, they try and get the other extra shilling that they don't know is coming from where, because they have a target. The target is not realistic. It is just, it's an amorphous figure.
Yes.
They are never sure, because probably there are people who even made losses. And that's why we said in the clause, we must have a provision of zero returns. There are people who did not make profits. And there are others who are not employed.
Yeah, it's bad.
So zero returns, they wanted that you must do the returns in 1 month. If you have a company, you must get an accountant. I'm not an accountant myself. So I must get somebody
To
who
come
will
in.
do that service. Probably I'll pay them for that service. And when you look at the thinking behind a lot of people in government, is that they think they can get more money in people, and that's not how you go. What they should do, enable businesses to make more money and pay you more taxes. And number two, professionalize collecting revenue. Make it easy. Let people pay through digital platforms. Remove the engagement between people. It will be easier for you. Because you see a KRA officer who knows that I'm supposed to pay 10,000. They might tell me pay 5 and then bring me 2. So remove that component. Make it digitalize it. Make it more efficient. You will collect probably what you do not collect. And the thinking of and you see, this is a problem where we do not have people who are sporadic in thinking.
Yes.
Because if you're using the 1998 formula or 202, the Kibaki style,
Surely.
Kibaki collected revenue by bringing out new people, new ideas, and KRA was still the old KRA, but it was able to collect revenue because of measures that they bring in. And you know, people don't have a problem with paying tax when they can see what the
it's
tax is doing.
Yeah.
Why there's a resistance today is because today, go to Mombasa, that road was always an efficient road. Ukifika Emali towards Masimba, the road has begun having serious potholes. Go to Narok, the same. All our major highways, Namanga Highway, you know, you go from Kitengela to Namanga, and from Namanga to Arusha, you can tell the difference. The Arusha side and our side. So what is happening today is that you do not realize the fruits of your taxes. And therefore people will resist. And it's natural. And you know, the hope that people had is that when Uhuru was leaving, is that everybody thought Uhuru was convinced that Uhuru is a mess because of what Ruto was saying.
Oh, it was
And
bad.
you know, the heaven that was promised is no longer there. And you cannot blame anybody for resisting this government. You cannot. People, you can only endear yourself to people. But you cannot force people
No, you can't.
to support you for what you believe in. Because you believe you are transforming Kenya. We believe your era has brought in the most problems that Kenya has ever had. Now, when you look at on the other flip side, why are people closing down on government? Because you see what is happening today. KRA is going to Westlands. People are closing up their businesses. The day they are there, and they cannot be there every day. So they will go there 2 days and then go, and then people will
also people just close their business.
They'll close down. There's so many places. This ETR thing, just professionalize it. And you see, KRA is not omnipresent. It is not everywhere. It can only be somewhere at one point. So what they are left to do is to go back to your pay slip or to go to the business people. But will people accept to be overtaxed?
No.
Will people accept that every day you're coming for their pay slip? You've gone, now, even without taxation, you've gone for NHIF. You've gone for housing. All of you here.
We're all paying.
You're paying housing, you're paying NHIF, you're paying something called NSSF. It's your saving, but you're being forced to pay more. And you see, the thinking of government is that they want to come again for your pay slip more. If you look at the proposal that they had, were it to go through, the thinking is that save more. They want to tell you save more so that they can use NSSF money to move the road from Westlands to Rironi, Nakuru.
Yeah.
Because you saw the Chinese guy has said he's not going to do the road.
Yeah, they did the...
So what they are trying to do is to raise more money. Now, you cannot grow a country by taxation. There is no country that has grown by taxation. Number one, government has to minimize its spending. Number two, there are offices that are no longer in need in this country.
Like which ones? Commissions.
You have commission on gender, commission on national cohesion. You have almost a commission for everything. Everything almost have,
multiple ones on the school fires.
Now there are school fires. They have a committee to check on the school fires. When you have directors in ministry who are seated for the same job, people who should know what is exactly is happening. Actually, you're the Directorate of Administration on Education. So ideally, you have officers in every sub-county employed, district education officers.
That report to you.
Who should tell you this is what happened. They even have a report, and I can tell you they are very detailed. But you don't want to use that route. You want to have another group of 5 people earning allowances paid by government for 6 months. It is a contract again. It becomes a problem. And you see, you cannot go on with old ideas unless you have people who think different. And I think the only one thing I agree that, these people who pass through Kanu should not be given an opportunity to lead this country again. Because maybe they are thinking, no, I'm telling you, You know, maybe President William Ruto is still in the old thinking. Moi is still in power, and he's there, so he's just operating like that. You can wake up in the morning, we changed the constitution 2010. We are in a different era.
And is it working to advantage or disadvantage, this new constitution from 2010?
Let me tell you, this constitution had very good things if they were to be implemented. The issue of arbitrary arrest. During Moi era, you could be arrested for no reason, detained for weeks, days. This constitution provides that even if you are a critic of government, 24 hours they must present you in court. And in those 24 hours, they must charge you. And charge you for a crime that you can go to court with a law. You know, those were gains.
Yeah.
The constitution provided there is no you cannot be for instance, if you're a government employee, even if they wanted to sack you, they can't sack you just like that. There must be a process. Those are benefits that the constitution came in with. Even the issue of like KRA and how you deal with KRA as a businessman or as an individual, it provided that you're innocent until proven. They've given a procedure, you know, of how to deal with you. When I look at all wholesomely the constitution, it was meant for it was very progressive, by the way, very progressive. But is it the way it was planned? Now that is where there could be a problem. And you know, John C. Maxwell says everything rises and falls on leadership.
It does.
There was these complaints were not so many. Me, in the 10 years Uhuru Kenyatta was in power, I was an MCA in Kiserian. For those 10 years that I was an MCA, I would never saw the kind of demonstration that I have seen when William Ruto, in his first 2-3 years, you can tell there's resistance. You can tell people are negative towards government. There's nothing government says, and people say, okay, this one we will willingly do. Even when they are paying for their share, they are paying in complaints. They are paying in aggression. They feel this is not, it's not the government that they would so wish. And I'm convinced and persuaded beyond any reasonable doubt that just like John C. Maxwell says that everything rises and falls on leadership, there's a problem with the leadership of this country.
But someone might insist that because you're from what I'm reading in the comment section up, we're live on TikTok, mtu amesema you're a Ruto hater. So you might not even be looking out for things that are actually working.
But they should also know, I voted for Ruto. I voted for him. I believed in him.
Would you vote for him again?
I can't vote for him. I can't be in his party. We can't be together. I cannot vote for William Ruto. I regret voting for him in the last election. I mean, I'm actually for the last 10 years, and let me be known, those people who tell us we are critics of William Ruto, let it be known in 2013, I voted for Uhuru and Ruto. So I voted for Ruto as deputy president. In 2017, I voted for Uhuru and Ruto. So I voted for him again as deputy president. We had a repeat election. I voted for him again, Uhuru and Ruto. So I voted for William Samoei Ruto 4 times, unlike many people. So when I tell you there is a problem, is that maybe before Uhuru was there, the excesses he would not, because I can tell you for sure, Uhuru would not say something like shoot young people at the leg. He wouldn't do that. He would get disappointed, go and drink his beer, and go home. That is Uhuru Kenyatta. Uhuru Kenyatta would rarely get into a contest with people. On housing, you have heard even the current president right now, William Ruto, say, when Uhuru saw that people don't like housing, he said, siwa uko na nyumba yako.
Kanayo.
We kanayo, wananchi wamekataa. That is how pragmatic Uhuru Kenyatta.
Oh yeah, because it was there before it had been proposed.
No. They even implemented a few houses. It's not that Ruto has a new idea. The only thing he was able to do is to come for your payslip, which was not there, and levy your payslip. You see, before, housing would have been a saving. You save and acquire it back after 7 years. But in this regime, for your information, you will not own a house because it is a tax. What you have now is a tax. So you'll never recover the money that
has gone.
You pay for.
And not even that. Someone was talking about this house. I think there's like affordable houses in Ngong or something.
Yes.
So when you go to inquire about the house, you're told you can't pay the lump sum.
Yep.
You pay X amount for 30 years, which comes to a whole bunch. You're like, what's the point?
Completely unnecessary.
Yeah.
Yes, and you realize the houses like in Ngong, as much as they're being built, they've all been bought in the diaspora. So it's business, basically. on government business.
And securitization, that's something that was brought up last week.
Yeah.
Is it going to sail through, or once he has said it, he has said it?
Securitize this money.
Yes.
They will, because it doesn't need to come to parliament. They will securitize. You see, they've securitized fuel levy. How have they done it? They come to somebody like you. They tell you, we collect this amount of money in a month. So we want you to give us less this money, but give us before. So what they're supposed to get in 30 years in collecting fuel levy, you collect it in one day. You get it? It's a form of borrowing.
Yeah.
It's not a form of borrowing. It's actually borrowing in advance. So that the revenues you are supposed to collect, for instance, now you can always estimate, if you sell these liters of fuel, the fuel levy is this amount, because it's a figure known, 3 shillings. These 3 shillings multiplied by the month, by the year, by 30 years.
Yes.
So this person, because they are liquid, they give that amount of money, but you leave them to collect the fuel levy. Now that is what is called securitization. Will they securitize the housing? I can tell you they will do it in a flip. Maybe they've just not got the right person to do it, because it's just saying, if I'm supposed to collect 30 million in an amount of time, I'll just say give me 20 in advance. So I forfeit the 10 but get this money. That is how they've been able to acquire money in advance. And when you look at in their books of accounts, it will come in as a loan. They will not declare it, but it will come in as a loan. It is an undertaking they've already done. Unfortunate for housing, I don't know how will they be able to recover that money, because you see, they've gotten it as a tax from me. Once you acquire it in advance, because it's money meant for houses, what else will you do unless they divert the resources to something else? The amenities, you see, now the excuse is that there are other amenities like markets, roads, but you know, when government wants to eat your money, they will just say, how you wonder how housing and markets came into connection,
And how now that's my problem?
yes,
Because that's the
you
question.
know, and you see, money is it's gotten from your payslip, used not
it's
the
not
way you
anymore.
want or the way you are thinking.
Yeah.
Use the way government wants. Those are things that anybody who supported William Ruto must be offended with.
And you said no one in the cabinet can raise a voice and ask
They
a question.
can't. They can't. Then the few who are raising, they are now out of government.
Ukipiga kelele
Casualty number 1, Rigathi Gachagua.
A truthful man.
Casualty number 2, he tried to say he cannot sign legal things. It's called JB Muturi. Out of cabinet. All those people who could at least, you see, there are people who have worked. Justin Muturi has worked. He was a magistrate in the courts. He's been speaker. He's been a member of parliament. So he's seen a lot. You know, some of those old people, if you tell them to sign something, they are very careful, because they know
what it
you are
means.
now 70 years. You're being told to sign for things that can take you behind bars. So he said no. Rigathi Gachagua was better off because he was the only elected person in that cabinet. So like for the finance bill 2024, he said no to that finance bill. When they said let us deal with these young people, they are protesting against government, he said no to the same, but he didn't live beyond 6 months. You remember the Nakumas that were doing 24 hours? All of them were launched by Kalonzo Musyoka. It was a private sector initiative, but government was supporting it by providing security, you know, encouraging Kenyans that you don't have to shop during the day, you can shop at night. So what is this that Ruto had done? There's nothing much. There's nothing would say him as an individual he would have achieved. And he was just a CS, or rather a minister.
At that point.
No, he was a minister in 2007 to 2013, but he was 2 years and then he was sacked. I saw an MP from Molo. I think he's a young man. He's usually the chair of the finance committee, saying they will anybody who's on demonstration. I also saw the president a day before yesterday saying they will not allow demonstrations. I've seen the governor of Narok saying nobody will demonstrate in Narok. I've heard Murkomen Kipchumba saying they not allow young people. First of all, the right to demonstrate is in the constitution. And there's nothing William Ruto can do about. There's nothing CS Murkomen can do about that right to demonstration. If there are people on the streets on 25th, William Ruto will do extremely nothing about it. Those who feel they have a day on the 25th, it is within their right.
Yes.
Number 2, what the president should do, or the administration now as it is, they should protect the demonstrators. That is what they are told to do. I want to say that as an individual, the issue of killing young people brought in the issue of 25th June.
True.
President William Ruto, please don't kill young people in the name of you don't want demonstrations. It is within their right in the constitution. They are saying they are coming for commemoration 2 years. Let young people be. Those ones who feel, and those ones who don't come with machetes, they don't come with stones, they come with their phones and their flags. Let them be. Individuals who have said that there would be road demonstration, the governor of Narok must be arrested. Why is he saying that he can contravene the constitution? People, if they want to demonstrate in Narok town, it is within their right. The MP for Molo must be arrested because he has threatened that they are going to what is that now? That is an MP saying that. And why do they want to provoke young people? Because I actually think what they want to do is to provoke young people to go to the streets and then do what they want. Because people who are within their constitutional right, they do not need your permission. They will come out to the streets, they will do what they're supposed to do and go home. Lastly, I want to tell all young people, as you demonstrate next year, June 25th, and prepare for the elections of 2027. If it means watu wakuwe kadi in excess to make sure they do what they're supposed to do, please do it. All these demonstrations should end at having us vote in the coming election. I also want to say that much as there are many threats and everything, nobody can kill the spirit that is within Kenyans. Whatever they do, they cannot stop Kenyans from exercising their constitutional right, which one is to demonstrate, and number two, to vote in the coming general election. And I want to assure you that William Ruto is going to be a one-term president.